Hello, Object Show friendos. How you all doing? I hope you're all doing awesome, feeling fantastic, or doing as awesome and fantastic as you possibly can be doing. And if you're not doing awesome or fantastic, I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope things pick up for you soon. Mikey Bly back with another episode of Object Show Roundup today, and it's the 10th episode. Done 10 of these. Unbelievable. How time flies when you're having fun, and I am having so much fun doing this, but I've got so much left to learn. There's still so many things I don't know about because I completely missed something that's been going on for 5 years. It happened last weekend, and it was the 48-hour Object Show Community Film Festival. I didn't know this was a thing. It just the first I heard of it was when certain people posted their videos, that the short films that they created for it. I'm like, I didn't know this was a thing. If I'd known this was a thing, I would have watched the live stream. Oh. Anyway, this film festival has been going on for 5 years now. This one was the fifth one, hosted by Braden Whiteside, otherwise known as Lego DG61. Lego DG61. Anyway, he works on BFDI and TPOT and BFB. And apparently he's been hosting this for 5 years, does a live stream, and then everyone votes on their favorite short film. And yeah, it's a really cool little thing. I did watch the live stream after the fact, but obviously that was a wee bit too late at that point. But I mean, I did vote. I did vote for the one I wanted to win. But there was entries from people that we talk about here on a regular basis. There was entries from Centrifuger, chalkbunny, i517, and worked with Livy Chibatri on a short film, which was really cool. And Crispy Fish as well also made an entry. And obviously they're all working with other. It wasn't solo stuff. They worked with other people on these. But they were the four that popped up. I was like, oh, geez, okay. Well, I know these four specifically. Five, I mean, Livy and IFAF. But I was like, that's really awesome that these four put these cool things together. And my vote, I don't usually hide. I'll tell you who I vote for in eliminations in object shows. I voted for Livy and IFAF's entry because I thought it was really, really cool. It was just a song. And it was such a really good song. It told the story. The story was built around the song. It was my favorite one. But what did end up happening was Chalk Bunny and their team won, and Centrifuger came second. And like, oh, two of the people, like two of the channels that we follow were the top two. That's really cool. I didn't see any other than the top two because Centrifuger posted a screenshot that showed the top two, and I cannot find the results list anywhere. Anybody could point me in the direction of it. I'd love to actually see the full list of results. I'm really curious to see where IFAF and Livy and IFAF. It was hosted on Livy's channel. Should we say it is Livy's? Really. And Crispy, I want to see where they got. So if you can hit me up with that, that'd be really awesome of you. I'm also going to pop a link to the live stream in the description. That was, as I say, hosted on Braden's channel. So if you didn't get around to seeing it or didn't know it was happening, like this Muppet didn't know, then yeah, you can go check it out. It's a good, get yourself settled down. It's a long live stream. There's 91 short films in there, but there's some really cool stuff. Some really cool creators, and it's really cool and awesome. And yeah, definitely going to check that stuff out. And I'm definitely gonna watch it live next year if it happens for a sixth year. I will make a mental note. I have already subscribed to Braden's channel, so I will try and stay ahead of the game next time. At least I still got there in time for the voting. I didn't completely fail. If I'd known, I would have mentioned it in last week's episode. Oh well. Next year. Okay, let's hop over to some news from Sentry now. This is my bad too. I dropped the ball on this one. This is something I should have mentioned last week because it did actually happen more than a week ago. But Centrifuger did get to 20k subscribers. Awesome stuff. I mean, as soon as Tripwire 2 came out, I was like, 20k is around the corner. I just know it's coming. So it's here. Big congrats to Centrifuger. Onwards and upwards. Channel's going to keep on growing. Same goes for everybody, of course. Every time anybody hits a milestone, I'll acknowledge it because it's really cool to see numbers go up, right? As a big Balatro fan, numbers going up is a really cool thing to see. So, yeah, congrats, Sentry. Can't wait to see what you got in store for us next. And a quick update from chalkbunny as well. Wish Up the Star 2 has the writing's all done. Voice acting has now started. Obviously, there's a long road to everything else being done, but this is the next step in the process. WOAS is moving forwards, continuing. I was seeing some people saying that it's like, well, is Wish Up the Star cancelled or something? And it's like, I mean, people do other things, you know? People have other things to do. Don't worry about it. If it's cancelled, I'm sure it would be said officially somewhere, right? Right? Surely. Anyway, don't worry. WOAS is not cancelled. It's happening. Okay, let's dive into our first episode discussion of this episode. It's Object Invasion 6. Fury of 1,000 Suns from FusionAnimations, part of the latest, well, not Lockvasion, Heartvasion with Wuggolo. Wuggolo releasing King of Hearts episode 1 on the same day. But we've got OI6 first. So, before we get dived into this, that's not a phrase. That's not a phrase at all. Before we dive in, spoiler warning, as always, if you haven't watched Object Invasion 6 yet, then maybe skip along to the next chapter for now and maybe pop back and hear what I think about it afterwards. If you haven't watched any Object Invasion yet, then you can get some catching up done, because this show just keeps getting better and better, I tell you. It started off good, and it just keeps going up. It's amazing. So anyway, I'll give you a few seconds to move to the next chapter if you need to. Yeah, I think we should be good now. All right, let's kick into this, shall we? So, Fury of 1,000 Suns follows up on the last episode where a battle royale contest started. Some pretty brutal moments in that first episode, so I was kind of worried about this one. So the episode starts with the remainder of Team Avocado. That's Cup, Button, and Candy. They're the three left from that specific team. Candy's patching Button up, putting a bandage on because Button got cracked on the corner, and Cup just rants at Candy about not being ruthless enough in the fight when they were in the building, and Grapefruit got sliced in half. Pretty nasty death, one of the ones we mentioned when that episode came out. But then Button says if they're up for elimination, Cup's going to be probably the one eliminated anyway. A little bit of sass, a little bit of need, a little bit of there, just a little bit of little bit of. But then they argue about Fawn anyway. So the deal with this is, back in episode 2, when Cup is stuck in a tree during the challenge in episode 2, Fawn gets him out of the tree. But the way he gets him out of the tree, he asks Notebook, Paper, and Button, who were there with them, to turn around, because Fawn doesn't want them to know he's got these his arm blaster things. He's got like gun arms, so he wants to keep that a secret. He's I don't know if he's just uncomfortable about it, or if he just in general doesn't want people to know. But Button did turn and look, and Cup and Fawn were discussing that a few episodes ago, so Cup knows that Button did that. So anyway, they just have a bit of a at each other. But of course, before that even gets resolved or the fight breaks out, full on violence mode, we cut over back to Snowflake's studios again, which is, my thought was that's where Object Invasion was being, they were the broadcasters of the show, kind of very Netflix, right, kind of name, Snowflakes. And we cut, in the last episode, we had Sign and Ball, these two characters. We don't know what they're up to, but they're definitely trying to do some kind of sabotage or something. I don't know what they're trying to do, really, but it's probably not good for the show. So they climb to the top of the broadcast tower, which is where we kind of left them in the last episode, and they just put a device. They just attach something to the broadcast tower.
Sorry, Al. This little guy's always getting into trouble.
So yeah, who knows what that's all about? I really have no idea. Obviously, we're gonna find out, but it's one of those little side stories we'll have to keep a close eye on because it's going to be a main plot element. It's not just something that's going to happen off to the side. Can we also laugh at the fact that a Cybertruck got destroyed in that clip? Oh, that. I don't know. I just thought that was really amusing. But anyway, after that, we cut back to the contest again, where Jelly Bean is the one patching someone up now. They're patching Cake's arm up. So they're part of Team Mango, who still have all of their team intact, but we only see those two. The other two are Coffee and Fawn. So anyway, as they're just sitting talking, and they get ambushed by a horde of armed robots. Because, yeah, I mean, why not make the Battle Royale more interesting? Why not just chuck a bunch of bloody deadly robots into the mix? So then after we get to see them, and they clearly are about to attack Jelly Bean and Cakey, we cut over to Coffee and Fawn, who are also now being chased by them as well. So Coffee just says to Fawn, "Hey, use your arm blasters to take them all out." You know, and Fawn's like, "What? Are you kidding? Are you for real?" Probably also annoyed because now it feels like the list of people who know about his arm blasters just keeps growing at this point. But you know, Coffee convinces him by saying, unless you want Jelly Bean and Cakey to have to deal with the other teams themselves. So Fawn's like, fine. So yeah, Fawn does take out a whole bunch of the robots with his gun arms, and then he saves Jelly Bean and Cakey as well from the robot that was threatening them.
Oh my god!
Are you two okay? Sorry, we got split up back there.
We're good now, yeah.
Thank you! Oh good, you're all alive. Follow me. Just figured out what this is for. We're about to be...
Oh, this is much better!
And then they got that thing that opened the door, and they got lots of cool new guns. And that, yeah, the new gun that Jelly Bean got just casually takes Slingshot out. Just so randomly. I was just wondering, I was like, when's the first character elimination going to happen? Character death going to happen in this one? It's just Slingshot, just standing there, minding his own business. Bing. Gone. So that's the first death of the episode. I will there's stuff later on, but I feel like this episode leans into the very quick and sometimes kind of like that one's amusing deaths, I guess. I guess after the harshness of the last episode, we needed a little bit of more light relief when it came to the deaths, I guess. It seems funny to say that, but at least they're not perma-deaths, so it's fine, right? It's all good. Anywho, Team Mango then climb into a truck, rusty old crappy truck, and just start driving. I don't know what the plan is there, they just start driving. We cut back to Button and Cup, who are still arguing. But Cup says that Fawn didn't want anyone knowing about his arm blasters. And I don't know if Button just even knew that's why Cup had beef with him or not. But Button apologizes and seems to be super sincere, and Cup accepts that apology and apologizes for the way he acted to both Button and Candy. So it's nice, it's this little weird... in some regards, you could say it's like a super fast reconciliation. It just kind of happens. But I'm living for Candy's reaction to being apologized to. Candy, it's not going to take anybody long to figure out what my favorite kind of personality type is in object shows. So Candy's just one of my faves. I just love Candy so much. But anyway, after they all apologize and make up with each other, they see Team Mango head past in the truck. Like, oh, there they go. But then we cut again because we can't follow one plot point for too long here. There's too many other things to focus on. So we go back to the woods now. That's where Slingshot was when Slingshot got taken out by the gun. So it's Team Storm and Team Heatwave. So they're battling with each other. Popsicle's trying to take out Elastic Band. Lamp just rips notebook paper in half.
Oh, do I finally get that hug?
In your dreams.
I'm gonna stick one on the too dark counter there because poor notebook paper. Notebook paper knows he's in a battle royale and you've got to take your opponents out. And Lamp picks him up, and he's still like finally going to get that hug. Notebook Paper just wants a hug. I hope that Notebook Paper gets that hug from Lamp one day. I really do. That's all he really wanted. Unfortunately, he didn't get it. He got ripped in half. Yeah, I'm sticking that one on the 2 dark counter because poor Notebook Paper, despite being in a Battle Royale, still, I don't think he expected that. I don't know what to say. But the fight continues. Elastic Band's trying to destroy Popsicle now. It's like trying to squeeze Popsicle to pieces. But Lamp tackles them both to save Popsicle. And then shoots Elastic Band point blank. Right in the head. I'm not going to say that one is adding to the 2 dark counter because it was very sudden, at least. I mean, Notebook Paper getting ripped in half was very sudden, but he thought he was getting a hug. This one was just like, I mean, that fair enough, I guess. So then Lamp and Popsicle head off to plan how to take Window out, because Window in that protective suit is going to be a hard nut to crack, or a hard window to smash. Right, then we go back to Team Mango's truck, and Cup appears on his skateboard with Candy riding in. And I love this clip so much. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah! What's up, mangoes?
Hello. Hey, take care of them.
Got it. We did it!
I actually thought it was really funny that none of Team Mango wanted to hurt Candy. They were like, not it. And the only reason Coffee couldn't get involved was because Coffee was driving the truck. I don't think Coffee would not hesitate. But I think I'm sure it's, when they all say not it, I'm sure it's because they don't want to hurt Candy. I don't think they would have any second thoughts about maybe trying to take Cup out, but don't want to hurt Candy. But that wasn't the end of the encounter, though. Oh no. For some reason, Candy and Cup thought it was the end of the encounter, but no.
Let's see how well you skate on a caffeine crash. Good.
Oh, wow, I'm asleep.
Hey, coffee! Hey, coffee!
Hey, Coffee.
Hey, Coffee! What?
So yeah, Candy's caffeine high led to a few more contestants being taken out of the running here. And again, it just felt like a funny way for them to do it. Poor Candy just running straight into the edge of the map, though, and disintegrating herself. I mean, that's a very Candy way to get out of the contest. You know, it's just it just feels on brand, to be honest. Was I sad? Yes, but it felt not right's not the right word, but yeah, it just felt like the right way for her to go out. So at this point, there's only 2 members of Team Storm left. That's Popsicle and Lamp. There's 1 member of Team Heatwave. That's Window. 2 members of Team Avocado, Button and Cup. And 2 members of Team Mango, Bone and Cakey. After Coffee and Jelly Bean got taken out by Candy just ripping through the truck. The fighting continues. Lamp takes Cup out. And Cup forgives Button for everything before dying. And then we had this real big build-up. Button's like, okay, I've got to do this. I've got to win it for Cup. And, like, you know, really ramps up.
Button, before I go.
Since no one here wants to step in, I'm going to be your team leader.
Oh, come on! Ugh! No!
So yeah, after all of that build-up, I was very sad that Button didn't manage to take anybody else out. After that motivation from Cup and everything, just Lamp immediately like, whatever. I was very disappointed. I thought that was a very sad way for things to end for Team Avocado. Well, it is what it is. I'm glad that Button and Cup made up. It would have been interesting though. Like I said, he could have really played that out for a bit longer. And to have them make up though and be such cool characters working together and stuff makes it even really, in my brain, even harder to pick somebody to vote out. But at this point, we know that they have not won, so they will be up for elimination. We'll get, obviously, to the whole elimination stuff later. But, yeah, I was hoping Button and Cup would do better than that. So we then have this little moment between Keiki and Lamp there. They kind of look at each other. Keiki looks like she's totally ready to just annihilate Lamp at a second's notice, which is kind of the point of the game, but I'm sure she wouldn't really need an excuse regardless. But Lamp looks a little bit uncertain, to be honest. Lamp has a little bit of an uncertain look on his face. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we don't get to see that fight quite yet anyway, because Window comes charging in and says he's the strongest contestant on the show because of his cool little bloody rubber protective suit. And then he jumps right up into the air and he comes smashing back down and boom, everything goes flying.
Are you crazy?
Dude.
Kind of a very cool way to introduce include the episode title in that little scene there. Very nice. Phone's destruction, not so nice though, but what are you going to do? Popsicle just did what she needed to do to protect herself. Again, it's all part of the game, isn't it? Lamp then has an idea and asks Popsicle to get one of Keiki's candles before... yeah, that one sounded painful. That's another one on the 2 dark counter for sure. Those screams are going to haunt me. And again, I know it's a battle royale, and I know you have to kill everybody to win. But that was rough. I honestly couldn't think of many other ways that you could have taken Window out, but yeah. Ugh. Sorry, Window fans. That one kind of been easy to watch. So now we only have Keiki left in Team Mango, Popsicle, Lamp, Team Storm. Odds are against Keiki for sure at this point. Keiki goes to take Lamp out. But obviously Popsicle's still on Lamp's team, so...
Popsicle? I can't let you. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Give me!
Popsicle, just give it to me! Popsicle! Huh?
Gosh, there's so much to unpack there, isn't there? Popsicle and Keiki obviously have they're friends, right? They built a bit of a rapport with each other, but that's possibly ruined now. And Lamp, after looking a little bit unsure earlier on, took the shot, absolutely just annihilated Keiki. Yeesh. And the Team Storm wins the challenge with Lamp, the sole survivor actually of the whole thing. So yeah. But then just after that, Lamp wakes up. Like, Lamp wasn't even asleep. What's happening? Table, bright lights. Yeah. It's all been fake. It's all been like a VR set that was in Snowflake Studios. iPad comes walking in, congratulates Lamp on the victory. And then we see some of the characters pop out and start talking to each other. Popsicle confronts Keiki about her death. Keiki apologized and walks away, kind of sad, like the whole rubbing the arm and looking sad and backing away, kind of pensive, all like, that one hurt me a little bit. But heck, that's what's going to happen when you put people in conflict with each other and for contests and stuff. We've seen it so many times in object shows. It always is going to happen. The main thing we have to wait and see is if people end up making up or not. Like Button and Cup did. Maybe they could set an example for everybody else. We then meet Dollar, who is one of the executives at Snowflakes. Yes. And Dollar and iPad have a bit of a chat. And then, anyway, after that, all the contestants get into the bus. All of the contestants and iPad, who is totally cool with just driving solo, but then realizes that his Cybertruck was destroyed earlier. Yes, it was iPad's Cybertruck that got smushed earlier. So yeah, they all get in the bus, and then they head back to the contestant grounds.
Lamp, for winning the Battle Royale, you get these 2 immunity tickets. You can hang on to both, give one away to another contestant. It's all up to you.
And yeah, we got Cakey looking a bit anxious. We got Elastic Band and Tuna.
It's wow!
Look, I'm just not going to call you that, dude. Tuna, obviously not feeling too great either, with Elastic Band just looking not so great, and Tuna flicking through OJ's motivation self-help book and probably trying to find what can I do? What happened? How do I come back from this? Fawn notices Button staring out the window. It'll be interesting to see what Lamp does with those immunity tickets as well that iPad gave him there. Is he going to end up sharing them with somebody else at some point in the game? If Cakey's at risk of elimination, is he going to... This could build up a really good story, because Lamp and Cakey had a thing going on. I mean, we saw some flashbacks a couple of episodes ago, and it looked like seemed pretty clear they used to be an item. They used to be together. Obviously, things ain't so great, and Cakey hates Lamp now, but I think that Lamp doesn't feel the same way, despite taking Cakey out in this contest. So we could see some potential kind of thing further down the line where perhaps either Lamp's going to use one immunity ticket to save himself in one episode, and when he's got one left, maybe if it's like between him and Cakey, maybe he gives Cakey the immunity ticket as some kind of redemption arc. I don't know. I'm just saying it would be pretty cool. Might seem pretty cliche at the same time, though. Maybe he just saves himself twice and Cakey gets eliminated. I don't know. It could go either way, and either way would be really awesome. Like, it would suck if he let Cakey go out, but it would be awesome writing. We'll see. So we have 12 contestants up for elimination. Oh, it's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. Well, it was a hard choice because the voting's already done and dusted. Because, I mean, I like so many of the characters, like practically all of them. You know, there's always at least one or two where I'm like, I wouldn't really mind too much if they went out, but nah, these ones are all top-notch characters, and I really want to see more of their interactions with each other. So it's like, I don't really know how to feel about the eliminations, and I think I'm going to feel this way practically every elimination choice in Object Invasion, the way things are going. But as I always do, I will tell you who I voted for. I did vote for Window to go out. I don't know. I thought he was maybe a wee bit too cocky in this episode, and I know he died horrifically, very horrifically, but it doesn't stop him from being cocky and thinking he was invincible in this episode. So, yep, apologies, but that's who I voted for. Got to vote for somebody, right? So we'll see what happens in Object Invasion 7, whenever that hits our screens. Okay, let's head on over to IFAF now, and oh no! Oak 3 cancelled due to Silksong. Are you kidding me? I'm sure Oak 3 is still going to be coming out. I just had to mention this. It's just so funny. Especially when you consider how many other indie games delayed the release of their games with Silksong coming out, to see IFAF saying, uh-oh, well, you might not see Oak as soon as you think. I mean, I don't know. We didn't get any specific timeline on Oak 3. It was just September. So that's fine. There's still plenty of days left in the month. IFAF can stick his feet up and play, I was going to say play Oak. Jeez, can play Silksong for a bit. That's all good. We won't know any better. We don't have a specific release date. IFAF, go and play Silksong some more. Don't worry about us. We can wait. No problem. We also got another little mini Jack and Jellyfy video this last week. It's a teapot short, Kebab special day. It was fun. I'm not going to go do a deep dive on it because it was just like a little 5-minute video, just to, I guess, tide us over while we wait for, well, Teapot 20 presumably will be the next Jack and Jellyfy video that comes out. Next full episode of something, I would assume. I don't know for sure, but it just seems to be the assumption. And we got a Teapot short, so that feels like probably, right? It's a nice fun little thing. Onigiri's been assigned cleaning duties in the hotel. It's just a fun little story, right? It's got clapboard in it and tape. And yeah, it's just a fun little interaction between characters we don't get to see super duper often. And I really like that. It's fun to see the side characters get some attention. It would be nice if other object shows could do the same thing. And I know not every object show has a team as vast as Jack and Jellyfy has. But like in Animate Insanity, it'd be fun to see if in season 4, because there's so many other past contestants who aren't taking part in the show now, in the new contest. It would be nice to cut to them now and again and just have some, what are they up to and what are they talking about? And, you know, I want to see them mingling with the current contestants because fans said specifically, we're not segregating the contestants anymore. So it would be nice to see that kind of thing from their side of things as well. But, you know, it could be wishful thinking. And of course, it doesn't also work for every object show because sometimes eliminated contestants get completely eradicated. So you can't really have side stories with them because they're not around anymore. But any shows where contestants don't get totally destroyed when they get eliminated, or any shows where there's like these teapot ones, these were contestants who didn't make it in, the failed contestants. It's just fun. It's nice. And also this is really cool. Sakri wrote, directed, and edited this as well. So really cool to see Sakri get some praise there. Really good stuff. Really fun. Worth checking out. It's only 5 minutes. It's a little bit of fun. It's something that can tide us over for a little bit while we wait patiently for whatever they do next. All right, let's get to our next episode discussion, shall we? It's King of Hearts, episode 1 from Wuggolo. So, Wuggolo was teasing this stuff for weeks on end, and then finally announced that it was a new show called King of Hearts. It looked totally like a Love Island flipping, just coupling people off kind of show, and I was all for this. I was so looking forward to it. But before we get started on the actual full-on discussion, again, spoiler warning: we are going to be talking about this episode in depth. So if you haven't watched it yet, then perhaps you should go and watch it and then come back, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I try my best to make sure I give these spoiler warnings, and give people plenty of time to wander to the next chapter. Do you think I've given them enough time? Do you think I've waffled enough yet, or do I need to keep talking for a bit? Can I stop now? Can we do the episode discussion now? Okay, cool. Let's do the episode discussion now. So we start off with hot sauce and yarn roasting marshmallows together on a beach, which is A, adorable, and B, setting us up for what the theme of the show is, which I already kind of said, right? Because Wuggolo set this up as some kind of Love Island thing. Somebody guessed it being a Love Island thing. Well, was like, you're not totally miles away on that guess. So anyway, that is confirmed immediately because we cut to Banana saying he's going to tell Acorn how he feels while Acorn's walking past in the background. So, I mean, I honestly, I love the ships in this show specific. Well, I say this show, between this bunch of characters from Lockdown, Lockout, and now King of Hearts. I mean, I've said a few times I don't like diving into dips. Don't like diving into ships too much because I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. But this gives me a chance to like enjoy an episode of something where the ships are the prominent aspect of it. Like, I'm all for this. Thank you, Wuggolo, for gifting us this. So I personally love the concept of this show, and I feel and I don't like speaking for people, but I feel like this is also Wuggolo diving into an aspect that she really enjoys too. This episode felt like everyone felt like they were having a whole bunch of fun with this, from the writing to some of the animation scenes to the voice talent. everybody just seemed to have a real blast with this one. It just felt like you could just feel the enjoyment oozing out of the screen. It was really, really fun to watch. So, back to the episode itself, and away from my musings, we're then introduced to the host of King of Hearts, kind of a security camera-ish, which, Wuggolo changed her profile picture on socials to that security camera, and we were introduced to them as the host. So they give an overview of what's actually going on here.
They just can't stop kissing each other. These lovebirds and their cohorts don't know they're starring in a fierce love-forging battle. In order to reign supreme, one must show restraint. You know what they say, no one likes a dictator. Thy who oversteps will face stark consequences. Who will join the royal family as the King of Hearts?
So yeah, then after the intro, after the explanation of what the show actually is, we get there's some channel hopping kind of thing going on. We get an unashamed ad for the paint palette plush. Out now! Paint palette plush out now! Go buy one! Before we see a satellite just kind of up in the atmosphere, just kind of break apart and just fall out of orbit. Seems like that might come into play at some point. It could mean something more than just... Well, we'll see it again in this episode, I'll say. We'll get to it later, but it could have bigger consequences in the long run, but don't know for sure. We'll see. We come back to the show at this point anyway, where we check in on the guys. So there's a guy's cabin and a gal's cabin, I guess. So we check in on the guys first.
You know, I've been really getting into knitting. I just love how the soft string all comes together into a beautiful, finished piece of art.
Oh, what's that, hot sauce? Knitting, you say? Huh. Yeah, I'm sure that's just a coincidence. I'm sure it's nothing to do with yarn at all. Nope, not a thing. I'm sure it's just, he just really likes knitting. It's just, it's a hobby that lots of people like. It doesn't have to be related to anything or anyone in particular. Yeah, don't think twice about that one. No, just don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Then we have one of my favorite moments in the show here. It's Banana. Acorn comes and talks to him. And Banana's reaction when Acorn pops up is just, I love it so much.
Hey, Banana.
Oh, hey! Acorn!
It's so dang adorable. So dang adorable. I love it. Anyway, Acorn brings our attention to Grassy, who's smooching a pillow. Yeah. All right, then. Sure. Could be a reference to Zero, by the way, doing the same thing in the 2,760,000 subscriber BFDI special. Possibly. Could be some similarities between those screenshots, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Maybe I'm imagining it. Who knows? But then we cut to the girls chatting. TPOT claiming she's not going to fall in love with any of those guys. And Jan's like, well, they're not all that bad. Yeah. They all seem like quite the catch, don't they? Yeah. Bunch of winners right there. Anyway, Paint Palette says, yuck, indicating that she also has no interest in any of them. But Burry says, hot sauce looks nice. That doesn't go down too well with a particular somebody. Yeah, yikes. Don't mess with yarn. Anywho, the host then introduced the challenge, which involves hunting and gathering.
What? So you want us to go out and grab a bunch of berries or something?
Not exactly. Today, we'll pair you up with a partner and you'll have to fish together. Whichever team catches the largest fish will win a reward. Here are your 4 flirtatious duos. Grassy and Berry, Yarn and Hot Sauce, Banana and Paint Palette, and Teapot and Acorn.
Oh, hey, Teapot. Charming.
Come on, Banana, let's get fishing!
Oh, okay.
So, that's the teams, and it looks like 2 potential couples got put together after Berry's reaction to what Grassy said. Interesting. And obviously, Yarn and Hot Sauce is clear and obvious. But then Banana and Acorn get split up. But that's because the host is so determined that this is boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. It's just the way it should be. Seems to be the host opinion on things anyway. But the sad looks from both of them when they get split up from each other is like, it broke my heart a little bit. Like, I don't know if they were expecting to be put, considering the concept of the show, I don't know if they were expecting to be put together or not, but they still look really down in the dumps about it. But anyway, the challenge begins. Burry says they need some bait to catch fish, so Grassy just takes a chunk of berry and throws it into the water. Seems a bit mean at the time, but it is, I mean, resourceful, I guess. And it actually does work, because there's a whole bunch of fish swims over to the hook. It's funny because Grassy also says, "Who am I going to kiss first?" Which makes Burry go, "Huh?" again. Is there something in the air there? Are they going from potential couple to probable couple at this point? Despite the fact that Grassy just ripped a chunk of her off. Oh, she seems interested. Anywho, Jan's plan is to cast the line closer to the castle walls, because there's a castle and there's a moat and stuff, and that's where they're fishing. Because larger fish thrive in the shadows. Hot Sauce loves this idea, and we just get such an awesome reaction from Jan on this one.
Love your plans, Yarn.
Oh, Yarn. We love her for that, don't we?
Yay! Yes, we do love that for her. We love that for her very much. Anyway, we cut to TPOT, who is refusing to let Acorn even attempt to help with the fishing. So Banana steps in and offers to swap teammates. TPOT can have paint palette, and Banana and Acorn can team up. Obviously, Banana has ulterior motives here, but who cares? TPOT does agree. Yes. And we get another fantastic little Banana moment when Acorn comes to join his team.
Thanks for getting me out of there. She's insufferable.
No problem.
All right, at this point, the host must be getting a little bit bored. This fishing lark ain't as quick and snappy and exciting as the host maybe expected. So they throw a massive glowing fish into the water. Clearly, that's going to be the catch that and just win the contest. Okay, starts a scramble for everybody trying to catch it. So Grassy's plan is to seduce it into being caught. Yeah, I was a bit scratching my head at this one. But funnily enough, it actually seems to work. And it seems to work on more than just the fish.
Hey, are you a fish? Cause I'm trying to catch ya.
Wait, why was that kind of good though?
But then while that's happening, Jan sticks a life vest on, and her plan is to jump in the water and try and kind of lure the fish over to where Hot Sauce is, or chase the fish in that direction. But the problem with that is, we've seen this before, Jan is, well, Jan, and just absorbs water and then sinks. So of course she starts sinking and asks Hot Sauce for help. So that plan kind of fell a bit flat. And then at this point, the other two teams are just throwing loads of fish food at the fish, trying to get the fish to go in their direction. Like when you stick a dog in between two people and ask the dog to pick their favorite. Kind of like that, except with a fish and overfeeding. And overfeeding to the point they actually kill the fish. Good job, everybody. Actually, that could make the fish easier to catch, though, because now it's in one place. Teapot notices this first, so hops into the water, starts swimming towards the fish. But Banana has a cunning plan. Oh, yes. The plan is, apparently, to spin Acorn around. I mean, it might just seem like an excuse to hold Acorn's hands, but Banana's plan is to actually let Acorn go and fling him towards the fish. Give him some momentum. If he comes in the water, poof, super fast, hold your arms out, get the fish as soon as you land in the water. And you know what? It works. Banana and Acorn actually win the challenge. I was over the moon. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I love a whole bunch of the characters in this. I love them. I really do. But Banana and Acorn really were the winners for me overall in the episode as characters and obviously winners of the challenge. They also shared a hug, by the way, after they won, which, you know, just add that to my list of aww moments from this episode. Got me thinking, maybe I should add an aww counter to go with the 2 dart counter as a kind of a nice sugary alternative to the nastiness that happens. But then again, there's lots of moments I kind of go all gooey when there's cute moments like that. So I don't know. Might not be able to keep up with an all counter. We'll see. I'll stick a pin in it for now. Maybe it'll turn up at some point. The host then announces that there's been a breach of the contest rules. Well, what could that possibly mean? My first thought was that it was about the swapping teammates. But I was like, but surely the host wouldn't have announced Banana and Acorn as the winners then. But I thought maybe the host was going to take the win away because of that. No, that wasn't the breach, though. The breach was something else entirely.
I know what you did. Together.
I'm sorry!
I understand, everyone. It was a mistake. But it was a beautiful mistake.
You suck, man.
As you may know, kissing removes $20,000 from the King of Hearts reward chalice, meaning the prize pool now stands at negative $2,134. You failed miserably. I hope at least some of you learned something from all of this.
Well, at least one couple ended up properly together, I guess, in this episode. Look, the hints were there the entire episode. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that means all of the winnings have been taken away now. In fact, if you win, you owe the show money at this point. Good job, Grassy. Good job, Burry. Good job. Anyway, we cut outside at this point where Fire Extinguisher turns up and announces the prize for the winners. It's a crown of safety. So apparently it's split into two because as Banana and Acorn won together, if you put the two pieces together, it says one contestant from elimination. So that's something interesting. Wait, but hang on a second. Fire Extinguishers come out and announce who the winner is. And then he announced the results from the last episode. So Cherry got the most likes and wins a remote control. But we don't find out what its powers are yet. Something else to stick in the future intrigue column. Bottle is revealed to have received the most dislikes and is eliminated. And at this point, I was like, this isn't a brand new show. This is Object Lockdown 13. Yeah, Wuggolo got us with this one. Wuggolo for real, for sure, got us with this one. And the episode title has already actually been updated to Old 13. It ain't April anymore, Wuggolo. Got us. Totally got me. I was like, I can't believe it. But you know what? It's such a light troll. It wasn't super, massively mean or anything. Although, to be honest, I would have definitely watched more of King of Hearts. And I think Wuggolo's hinted that that's probably not the end of King of Hearts. There could be another one. Don't know if it's going to be its own full separate thing or if it's just going to end up being another episode of Object Lockdown, perhaps. But either way, I honestly feel like everyone had so much fun with it. It feels like it would feel unfair to not do another one, especially if everybody enjoyed it so much. I mean, I certainly did. I can't speak for everybody who watches the show, but hell, I had a blast watching this one. But hey, this episode's not even done yet. We cut to Locke, who's talking to Snowboard and Umbrella about an announcement. Ooh, intriguing.
Viewers, it's time for someone to return to the competition. Whoever gets the most votes will rejoin next episode.
I know I quit, but I want to come back. Now's my chance to really shine with my brand new wings.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to come back or not, but my best friend's son convinced me to give it a shot.
Yeah, that's me, and we are the Celestial Duo of Friends.
I've been waiting days, literal days, for this moment. My DoorDash just arrived.
Hey, check this out! If you look at the stats, I'm the most robbed contestant thus far. This is my season to win.
Hi, vote for me, please! Please!
Everyone hates me, and that's why I need to come back. I'll bring the drama.
I don't even need to be competing to carry my team in a challenge. Remember We Love Drago in episode 10? They stood around and did nothing. I was climbing trees, chasing Pumpkin around the planet, and they would have gotten nowhere without
Do we have to do this?
Yes! We deserve justice! For America!
I'm sorry. For everything.
but if I come back, I'll make it up to you.
I shouldn't have gotten out. Just saying, vote me in! Vote me in!
So yeah, it turns out we have a rejoin situation. It's our first rejoin of the show. Also, Sun and Moon are friends now. Although, to be honest, it did seem like Moon was a bit more uncertain about the whole plan. Maybe Moon just thought, maybe if I team up with Sun, we look like we're friends, people will like us more. Perhaps. Skateboard's also still dead. Skateboard has still not been revived after their death. Quite a while back. I personally voted for Bin to rejoin. I do feel a bit bad for Bin, so I kind of wanted Bin back. Not sure if I'll get my wish on that one, but that's who I voted for. And then there's a pre-credit screen which shows a next time scenario where Notebook dodges a projectile and is like, I'm invincible, and then gets smushed by the satellite that fell out of the sky at the beginning of the episode. And again, coming back to that, I don't know if that was a one-off joke, the satellite. We see it fall from the beginning of the episode just for it to smush Notebook at the end. Don't know if that was just for that payoff or if the satellite will play another part in the story at some point. Hard to tell because Wuggolo trolled us with the episode name and the show, all of this stuff. I don't know, but I can tell you I had a whole bunch of fun watching this one. Absolutely brilliant. Just fun stuff all around. It's like, even if it was a trolley episode and a one-off, absolutely bajillion thumbs up. Fantastic work, everybody. Super fun episode. I also just wanted to point out how funny I think it is that the latest episodes of shows from Fusion and Wuggolo during this Lockvasion, now that we can actually call it Lockvasion officially, were polar opposites to each other. Just like completely, with totally different styles. Literally, we've got Object Evasion 6, Battle Royale, everybody trying to kill each other mercilessly. King of Hearts / Object Lockdown 13, lovey-dovey, coupling up. It's brilliant, and it's not lost on me that that was the theme of both shows. Opposites. Really good. If it was a coincidence, awesome. That makes it even better, actually. Let's just say it was a coincidence. Total coincidence. Love it. Awesome. That's what I'm sticking with. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. But we were not done with the Wuggolo content quite yet, because Wuggolo announced that there was going to be an announcement. Yeah, announced an announcement. So we got this yesterday. What do you think of this month's Lockvasion? Big announcement coming tomorrow. It was really cool because there was actually two pictures. It doesn't translate as well in YouTube screenshots, but it was Lock and Vasion like this, which I thought was pretty fun. And the news actually, I was sitting there going, oh, the announcement's coming tomorrow. That's today, which is my recording of the episode day. I'm like, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to record the episode. The announcement's going to come out after I've recorded it. No, it came out just before I recorded it. So I can announce what the announcement is. 2 new crossover episodes. Wuggolo and Fusion are actually doing crossover episodes. I have no idea how the logistics of this in-universe is going to work. But I am excited, and I just thought of something. Oh my gosh, I just thought of something. The satellite that falls out of the sky, that could be the Snowflakes broadcasting satellite. Oh gosh, maybe that's what that is. Maybe that's how the shows end up colliding. Okay, it could be a long shot, but maybe that's what that is. Oh, shoot. Can't believe I didn't think of that until just now. It's because I'm putting all of this stuff together in one bunch of thoughts, and I'm just sitting here recording one long video, and I can put this stuff together because I've talked about one thing then the other next to each other. Like I say, I could be 100% wrong, but that could be kind of cool. Maybe that's what that is. Wow. Go me in my brain. rare victory for my brain, and then it turns out to be completely wrong. Something to think about, though. But this is super exciting. So sometime in autumn, fall, we are going to get 2 crossover episodes. That's really awesome. So we're going to two episodes. That's going to be one. That's going to be one episode of Object Invasion that starts the crossover, and all the other way around. Right? Either old 14 is going to be the first one, and then Object Invasion 7 is going to be the follow-up, or the other way around. That's really cool. I love to see this kind of collaboration. And, they've done this Lockvasion thing a few times. I don't know how long they've been doing it, actually, because, I'm still a newbie to this community. I'm doing this show, and I'm diving headfirst into loads of different object shows, but I'm still learning, as I proved with the not knowing about the 48-hour film festival, 48-hour object show film festival. I didn't know about that at all, so I'm still learning. So I know Lockvasion's been going for a little bit, maybe longer than a little bit, but this is really nifty. The collaboration to get to the point where they do crossovers, fantastic. Super excited. That's such cool. It's just cool. It's just so cool that so many creators just hang out with each other. It's just such a nifty little community, and I love it for that. But yep, that pretty much brings us up to date with everything that is going on right now, or everything that I'm aware of from the channels I follow, at least. I'm sure there's lots of other object show stuff going on that I am not party to yet, because I have just not got around to checking everybody out. And I'll never get to check everybody out because there's so many people making things. There is a new show. It's not new. It'll be new to me and the kiddo. We do want to watch another new show next week if things stay quiet enough. You just got to wait for things to quieten down a bit, because we had like 2 new episodes of things last week, 2 new episodes of things this week, and doing 2 episode roundups does take a bit of time. So I don't want to try and do more than 2. We could maybe do 3 at a push in an episode, but I'm going to try and limit how much we do. So if we do get time next week, there's a new show, new to us. I've got to keep saying it's not brand new. It's been out a little while, but we want to get caught up on that. So hopefully I'll get to talk about that next week. I want to keep you in the dark on it for now, though, because I don't want to give the game away. So hopefully that'll be one thing to talk about next week. I'll give you a little update on my Trevor Project campaign that I'm doing all of this month. The Trevor Project is a support network, a resource provider for young LGBTQIA plus folks. And I am raising money for them all this month. We have hit $250 in the campaign, which is absolutely amazing. I did not anticipate that happening. Technically, we got 500 because I did say I was going to match up to the first $250 in donations. So I'll be putting that up to 500. I just need my pay to go in next week. It will go up to 500 next week, I promise. I will. That is going to happen. So technically we do have 500, even if it says 250. If you check it, it is 500. So we only have 2 more incentives left to hit now. We've hit 2, which are going to be stream incentives. I'm going to eat some spicy cotton candy / candy floss, as I call it, from back in England land. And also getting pied in the face. Yep. So those 2 things are going to be happening. They will be happening on a special charity stream I will be doing on the 28th of September over on my Twitch channel. I'm on Twitch under the same username I am here. I'm pretty easy to find. Maybe I'll pop the link in the description, though, to make it slightly easier. So that's going to be the 28th, but I am fundraising. I will have the links for fundraising on my streams this coming Sunday. It'll be tomorrow when this video goes up. My stream tomorrow, and also my stream on the 21st of September. I stream once a week. I used to stream more often, but I've kind of toned it down a lot, mostly so I could work on this show more. But I do still stream once a week. Every Sunday is the plan, so if you want to hop over there and see me do goofy things over on live streams, then feel free to. And if you want to donate the campaign, the link will be in the description as well. So if you have a little bit of change kicking around and you want to donate a couple of bucks, that would be super awesome as well. And I'll put the call out again. If any creators or people who work on object shows or want to hang out on the charity stream on the 28th, just hit me up, send me a message. We'll try and arrange that. You can find me on Discord as well under Mikey Bly. So if you want to reach out there, you can email me, blymichael@gmail.com as well. If you want to hang out on stream, talk about stuff, play games, I don't know, just let me know. I just thought it'd be cool to bring a little bit of Object Show stuff to the stream if I could, because, you know, it's the Object Show community that's kind of inspired all of this. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thanks for all your support with that campaign so far, everybody. Everybody who's shared posts, who's just helped amplify it, everyone who's donated. You're all awesome and fantastic, and thank you very much. And all right, that's going to do it for episode 10 of Object Show Roundup. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Love and appreciate all of you. Keep watching object shows, keep making object shows, keep discovering new object shows, and I'll try and do the same. Well, not so much creating. I'll keep creating this. That's what I'll do. All right. Love and appreciate all of you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in episode 11, hopefully. Toodles.